To take out your clothes.
Yes.
Everybody naked in 5. Ok. Pessoal, boa tarde. Estamos aqui começando o nosso terceiro e último dia de conferência sobre a Estamos aqui, fazendo algumas preparações aqui no nosso backstage, mas a gente deve começar na hora, agora às 16 horas, com a fala do Dusan Trajkovic, intitulada AA in the World of 2001. Relembrando que o Dusan vai falar conosco em inglês e a gente vai receber as suas perguntas aqui no chat. Se você quiser perguntar em inglês, pergunta em inglês. A gente vai ler a sua pergunta exatamente como você escreveu. Se você quiser perguntar em português, a gente vai traduzir do jeito que a gente quiser. Então, iniciando aqui em 8 minutos.
O Peu,
Diga.
combinou com ele sobre a continuação depois, se vai continuar, se não vai, ele sabe qual é a dinâmica. Ele vai falar sozinho até o final e depois encerra, ou vai ter alguma interação no final?
A gente vai receber as perguntas no chat.
Ah, tudo bem, mas aí são só as perguntas mesmo, depois não vai ter aquele free speech.
Mas o que seria isso, free speech?
Não, aquele momento final que você convida as pessoas para a sala, isso não vai rolar dessa vez.
Não. Ontem a gente fez um debate, né? Diferente.
Tá ok.
Peu, você vai anotar as perguntas ou você quer que eu anote?
Pode anotar.
Tá,
Anota assim.
Valeu.
Okay, guys. Is everything ready? Dusan, are you there?
Not so. Vou chamar ele no chat ali.
O íconezinho de conectividade aqui dele tá vermelho.
Now, can you hear me?
Okay? Is everything okay?
I don't know, because I saw that you don't have a good connection. For me, it is writing everything that is okay. I don't know.
Oh no, I'm getting good audio and video right now.
I don't know. It is the best quality for me. Maybe it's the international connection. I don't know.
Yeah, no. Well, I don't think we are having problems right now. Now it seems very good. So I think we can begin.
Sure. Shall I start to talk or something?
Oh no. I think we can just start.
Okay, nice. First, nice to see you again, even in this virtual way, since it is, I think, how much, 2 years passed since I saw you personally. And it is very nice occasion during this COVID situation to see and to talk with people more. I think very important thing is communication between people, even far more better than sending the knowledge and receiving the knowledge. Communication is the real bridge between people, so we must adapt to new situation. What is the future of the AA, and what is the future of all occult and spiritual societies? Nobody knows, because nobody knows what will be in all this COVID tremblings all around the world. All Masonic lodges and all occult organizations suffer from losing physical contacts, but in the other way, we are upgrading and using these virtual moments so we can keep this communication in some decent level. But let us focus on the topic, which is the future and the situation with the Argento master. I think situation about AA in the world will be dramatic in the first maybe 3 to 5 years. And we will definitely choose two different approaches. First approach is traditional approach, historically profounded with correct set of informations, knowledge, translations of the Crowley publications and everything, which is in fact the path that we took all these years, and some of us even decades. And the other path is the path of, not to say new age one, but the different path of living and producing our own work to show fruits and workings of our own methods and system, which in fact sometimes needs to focus on cutting off tradition and implementation of some new knowledge and new system and new values, because the world is change. We are change, and this is the fact. There is nothing negative nor positive in it, and we must simply, if you ask me, start to repeat the same mistakes from the past, start to quote and translating all time the same books. We must start to write new one for a generation. And that is something which I want to share with you. Because I come to Brazil, I don't know, Alexandre better know maybe, but I think more than decades. This is the fourth of my life. I knew Brazil and some part of Rio better than the part of my own town. And I knew your quality of your work maybe better than you, because you are sometimes too much subjective. And the Brazil, from the first day that I come, I'm not want to mention the nice people and totally warm atmosphere and oral that you have, without any doubt. But you have a perfect soil for magical and telemical spreading and expanding. And you should take your leader role in the worldwide. Sometimes I just feel that you have a decent level and wanting to be to follow the world's trend. But in fact, the world is shaking. And if you follow this trend, then you will shake too. Because really in the level of occult society, world, somehow it's enough of all old talkings and old doings and so much theoretical talkings without living practice. I am very, very, how to say, in bad mood, because I see so much theoretical seminar and workshops, but so less and so few practical, with practical solution, with practical examples. And I really think that Brazil need to better organize, just to organize, and to more present Brazilian way of thinking what is AA, Thelema, magic, and whatever you want. Stop translating the books. All people can just click and download and stop translating, start to writing. You have so much nice people who are very good in all this subject, and you need, let us, I'm speaking from the world's view, from the outsider. I want to hear from you more, about you, from you. go to upper level, step up and choose and show us what you really have. This is something which I think it is your assignment, and because it is your assignment, it will be the world assignment, because we need you. The Brazil, in the number of people who are in this our job, in this our art, is so huge that you will be very surprised to see that numbers, especially in Europe and in USA, are much lesser than you have. Not to mention only the membership. Membership, especially the brothers from the Masonic Lodge, very new and very good know how to publicly and fake the numbers of our presentations and the membership and everything. But in real, it is totally different. We are not counting the membership on the paper. Telima and Argento Mastrum need active membership, people who are actively helping and doing the stuff. And we are not seeking the high number. We are seeking the quality and good number. If only two of us, quality people, maybe sometimes can do more than billions of people voluntary who don't give a fuck. So, for me, I want you to just take this real situation, to be realistic, and not to follow, to take leadership. This is changing in your strategic version. I know that your country is like mine. We are very poor in English because, the situation in normal people are sometimes that they are not good in English. But you can find a good translator and just leave this circle of closeness. So, because you will always need something to learn, to know. Brazil, especially with your Thelemic teachings, took Mota so much wonderful things that I know that Mota wrote, but I don't see it in the World Wide Web. There is no commercial for it. There is no the publication of it. There is always Crowley, and simply world get enough of this. World want to hear something original, something live, and something present. The future of the AA in 2021, it's not the future, it's the present. Now, it's the perfect time. As always, take something which is natural for you. I see and I meet in Brazil more good people in this one place. Not to mention that I didn't travel a lot in Brazil. When I say Brazil, unfortunately, I speak about Rio, because I've been in Rio, in Chapeco, and maybe in two little towns more. But for me, Rio, it's Brazil. But I can even guess how much better this picture is. And I meet more decent and wonderful people from Brazil than maybe in all my life in the whole world. And this is not, the parental good word toward the children. No, it is fraternal and it is true. And I'm not speaking this because I want to give you motivational push. This is your true place. So please use it. You have so much good tradition, so much systems incorporated in the people's behavior. If you just know how much people from the Europe, seeing the picture when we have a last workshop, especially in the lodge and during the great time in the evening, people were stunned. They didn't believe that this is happening in one country, that people, Thelemites, don't have to be hiding, using the lodge totally with good intentions, using the presentations in very decent manner, but still have a good party and everything after. The mixture of good job and good pleasure. It is totally normal in Brazil. And you should use it. This is machinery, and this is your, your occult style, where people see you in this color. Use it, because we need you. We really need so good material. And you know, the most difficult problems, which when I send materials from Brazil to some people, this is done Portuguese. And people will say, okay, it's perfect, but why?
Whoops.
I started to use English. I started to use it. I didn't know it. And during the years, I upgraded in the level that you can understand me. I make the grammar error, but nevertheless, you can understand me. Please use it. We need you. Very simple. This is the first part. The second part, it is about organizing. Organizing telemic workshops, communications, everything. I hope this COVID situation will pass soon. It will pass sooner or later. So maybe it's good for you. People will be very, very upset because they are locking all this time. Maybe it is good for you to organize some international meeting. I know it is a little bit hard for organizing, but if somebody can do this, it is you. You have so much young people, technical, very good, excellent people who are doing this all voluntarily and honorary and from the heart. So if somebody can do it, it's you. Don't plan. Don't say, okay, next year it is. No, there is no next year. There is no next. There is no future. There is no tomorrow. Please make this decision because we are losing more. I don't know the COVID situation, how long it is. I think the 1 year. We lose 1 year of the life without anything, just knowing how poor our mortal souls are. And we are losing the time and our personal time for some stupid things. So this is my, this is my forwarding you. The people's voices are outside of the Brazil. Please, 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 please take your responsibility and step up in the one bigger place. I'm coming 10 years to Brazil. I see things, but I never mention because, you know, when something is good, nobody say that it's good. But if something is bad, all people talk about it. And it is, of course, it is in every organization, but I'm professor. My job is to firstly speak about positive things and sometimes negative things to simply shut off. I didn't see nothing negative. I just saw tremendous level of energy, huge number of people, perfect situation with the space, using the wonderful places, hotels, lodges, whatever. The fourth, the perfect climate. Fifth, very important thing, touristic spot. Because if I need to go to Kathmandu in Nepal to have a 5-6 connective flights and to stay there and to say, okay, now I want to return as soon as possible, it is not good. People will stay in Rio not because they don't have connective flight, because you have paradise on earth. Everything, so you can organize something which we European and the people from America want. And this is for me, situation in AA in Brazil. For about the AA situation in the world, the same story. Simply there is a people who are now more and more doing the work and showing the personal work. Sometimes the old guys telling that it is the blasphemy, that today it is not the Thelemic and it is not in the way the Crowley wanted and everything. I don't know what is the truth. For me, please share whatever it is, just let it be from the heart and let it be freely. And let us choose what is wrong and what is good. Sometimes we think that is wrong, maybe will be best in 50 years. Let us just think how much in Crowley times people thought that Crowley's writings were very poor and very weak, and now we see the true meaning of it. So much time passed after his death. So in the era of virtual communication, it is very easy to write books, to publish books, to translate. There is no excuse for us to advance. This is my deep believing, and for me, let us stop talking about the lineage, the successors, the ancestors, who is which, who is with whom. Let us be the persons we would like our grandsons and our children to be proud of. Let us for our magical children to have something from us. Not to be connective guy to Crowley. Not to be people who just turn the documents into the PDF and writing and putting everything on the World Wide Web. We are not the messengers. We should be initials. We should be the first guys who simply move Thelema and move the magic in some better way, according to the time. What will be, I don't know. I'm not so much optimistic, seeing all the tremblings in the world, and maybe that is the real, and maybe that is good. Who knows what will happen after all this? Maybe new system, maybe something new, something better. I don't know. But nevertheless, we should not think about tomorrow. Let us stick to the present without the burden of the past. So much fake news, so much billions of informations, bombing students who simply don't know what to do. And doing and working is what they need to have. Not thinking and reading and everything, because now it is very easy to read. You have PDF, you can download it in a few seconds. I traveled half a month and returned to Belgrade just to have some copy from the Paris and everything. And now these documents, even my daughter can download it in a few seconds. So if this is now the best time, now it is. Let us talk and continue to work with Argento Mastrum in some way that we can finally be unite. Not with the knowledge, but unite with our fraternalship, with our sense of approvement and accepting. Because we are saying, yes, all men are, every man and every woman is a star. And after that, we start to spill on the people's attainment and speak, you are not from this lineage, you are fake, you are true, you are big, you are little. We are not giving the best example of how Thelema and what is the Thelema. We are just spreading the old talkings about everything. And I see and I deeply believe that Brazil have a very important role in the next few years in the world's manner. And that's it. This is my statement. And I don't want to go further, even if you think that it will be much important and maybe interesting to talk, but quite the opposite. I don't think it is interesting to talk about plans and etc., totally something which is not irrelevant. Irrelevant is your work, your personal work. Perfect soil, not to mention so much traditions, voodoo traditions, Western traditions, Eastern traditions, and every people are speaking nicely to each other. The Brazil is one of the rarest country that a few lineage, which is in fact very distant and in the world manner maybe conflicting, in your country speaking uniquely nice. Your example, your true example of how people should do. And you are following. Who you are following? Your shadow. There is no need. We should follow you. The magazine that you are publishing online, I don't know if you are publishing it in hard copy, calling the 777 magazine. I'm getting that through email. I think you have a decent number of copies now. It is not only one, but I think there is a 5, 6, 7 copies of 777. Wonderful magazine. The brothers and sisters from all lineage, without the lineage as a term. It is simply the AA, something which in Europe we are trying to put on the healthy legs all these years. And you are doing that in this magazine, practically showing what should be. But what is the problem? There is only one problem, little, because it is on Portuguese. Should just to send this wonderful kind of your materials, because I knew about them, I read them in the English and I know about them, and it is so quality that there is no excuse why you need to change and to speak about this. Okay, next year it is our project to translate and give. Why do you need next year? What? To Magellan turn the trip around the world and to come to Europe with the ships and I don't know what, 1 year. In 1 year, you could write hundreds of these kind of magazines in English and to organize maybe 2 or 3 international meetings and to do, okay. But please, I just hope that you can sense what I'm saying to you. Nothing special. Just please stay united and show to the world what it means to be Thelemic, for example. And that is your example. There is only on us to follow your example. And if you want to really know the truth about the numbering in the world, show me the country when you can fill up the pub or a restaurant with the Thelemic in that country. There is no country. Maybe you can find 10, 20, 25, and I see the hundreds of people in Brazil. So let us not talk about numbering. Let us don't talk about the quality, because you have both. For me, I'm expecting like a man from outside of the Brazil, I'm expecting for Brazil to really take the role which you deserve. And I want to learn from you. I want to get emotional push. Like when I now talk to you about emotional push, I want in the next year from you to give me the push. To show the people in the United States and in Europe that we are united. We are the AA. There is no separation. There is no sects. There is no division. Division is in our personal life, in choosing what to do, in which level, showing in scientific illuminism which method we will use. But you must show the world what kind of uniqueness we need. This is something which I want to share with you. And I had some plans to talk about different topics. I don't want to talk about different topics. For me, as a foreigner, which are in the heart, I'm more Brazilian sometimes than you. I expect and demand for you to take actions. Don't translate books, wrote books. Don't find better grammar and the perfect boundaries and perfect paper. Publish them. Online. Paperback. I want to see more websites, more talkings on internet, to see and to hear from you in more better way. This is my crying, and this is my message to you, that people are totally stunned when they see that people who are working in lodges have even telemic lodges. In some country, it is impossible. And unfortunately, this only shows how telemic world in reality is. We are not the conqueror, not the holy child on the first place. No. We are in our place which belongs to us, and it is not so much big, but let us be proud on what it is. But it is that we are simply still one small group of people who are doing something which they like, but we are far from the kings and from something which liberal show that we are. We can be that, but we are not still. That is the realistic. And we need to do so much thing in this world, this crazy world, to put something on healthy levels. And the essence of this doing is mutual understanding, accepting, and love. Only this. If you read from the Facebook and from the so much talkings on internet, you can only find divisions and bad talking between people who are in Telema. So much bad talking that sometimes I ask myself, what am I doing there? Because I knew them and I talked to them, and everything is very nice when we talk personally. But in group, when we are in group, famous telemic wars and battles and talkings who is more legitimate and everything. Let us overcome this. And you should be example of that. Because you are. Because you are. This is my statement. This is something that I want to share with you. This is something that people thinking outside of Brazil, and they share, I think most of them who are knowing about you, share my opinion. And that is something which I, as a brother, demands from you. And that's it. Let us talk in 1 year, on second year. What about your achievement? This COVID situation will really soon pass, and that you will be very good. I hear that Brazil suffer a lot. Somehow, all Dionic pray that you will be good, but you will be good. You will be always good. Brazil is a strong country, and you will overcome this, because you are fish who know to fly upward, always upward. So that's my message and my pledge and my demanding, and I hope we will see, not virtually, but on some very nice cafe on the beaches with good guys and girls and brothers, and we can cheers finally and talk in physical. But until then, let us use this online virtual presentations and always took something positive from all this bad situation which affect the whole world. That will be from me. This is my message.
Thank you, brother. We are opening Our
Tá mutado,
questions
Peu.
now. Oi? Well, so we are.
Você está sem microfone.
Nossa senhora, sempre. Então, pessoal, guys, estamos agora abertos a perguntas. Acho que o Vinícius já deve ter coletado algumas perguntas. Se tiver, então, mais perguntas ainda, pessoal, pode fazer aqui no chat. Vamos lá.
Frater Ameno perguntou se vai sair uma versão da Anatomy of the Abyss em português.
Mas então vamos traduzir para o Dusan.
Uhum. Dusan, do you have intention to translate Anatomy of the Abyss in Portuguese?
Well, it will be very nice. Unfortunately, I'm very, very, very bad with Portuguese. So we must translate something from Serbian. I can give you the English, and then from the if you have energy and everything, of course, you have my blessing and take everything and use it everything as you want. It will be very nice, and I planned that before this COVID situation, but unfortunately COVID just freeze everything, and maybe we can use this for some new step, but it is upon you, because I don't know any Portuguese translator who can translate it from the English, and I don't know what you will put there. so just use it whatever you want.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Our brother Diego Zangado, do you know him?
Of course.
Yeah. He's telling 93 dear brother, thanks for your kind words about 777 magazine and the good advice.
Yes. The 777 magazine, I of course forward to my group that I have. And of course, it is not. I'm speaking about English translation. Of course, it's not so much important, but I will. And they thought that you have army of telemites, the billions of people in Brazil, and that you have Death Star and the organization of some professional telemites doing all this, because for people in Europe now, they don't have even time for a reading, to writing, anything, just to babbling and to criticize. And when they saw the magazine 777, they thought, wow, finally somebody have something which we all want to have. So 777 is even better than my words, because now I don't want to have too much positive, because you will be spoiled. But 777 magazine is the brand, is Thelemic brand, which could and should be the brand that Thelemic use in the world. For me, and that is, you remember, Diego, that I told you, please do this in English, and you will say, yeah, next year we will have plan, and yeah. So that is the real situation about the 777. It's not good. It is excellent.
We have here Magus 937. How or what probationers and neophytes and low grades can do to help the Thelemic egregore?
Well, just do your work. Doing your work is the best way that you can help. Helping yourself, you will help the whole humanity. It is the old.
Travou aqui pra mim.
Travou. Os
Travou.
mestres secretos não permitiram essa mensagem passar. Dusan, can you hear us? We have lost your audio.
In fact, low grade is work.
Are you there?
You see me now?
Yeah. Your video is back.
Yeah. We lost
Yeah,
your
yeah,
audio.
I'm here. I don't know if you hear me.
We can hear you now.
Yeah, because this. Sorry. So, the fact that there is no low grades, the best fun and best rock and roll, it's the until the neophyte. After it is all bullshit and boring and etc. etc. So live your life and don't expect anything. Just be what you are and do your personal work, and that is the best way you can help the egregor.
João Henrique, how we who are distant seekers, probationers isolated in distant places, deal with the feeling of loneliness, isolation of the solitary work, how to use this situation in the best way.
Yes. This is something which is the most difficult issue, not in Brazil but in the world. Unfortunately, you always have a capital and everything is moving in the capital, but you have small cities and small country areas where it is very difficult to translate, to publish, to find books and everything. Well, understand that as your incarnational assignment. You choose this, and what positive way should be from that. Maybe you will get stronger. You will get much stronger, because if you are resolve the situation in a small country, in small part, then how much good you will be in some better situation. There is no talking about what should you do and what you should not do. Just follow your nose, and your nose is the best route in the fucking universe.
Rafael Salomão, sometimes when we speak something, we think that's our personal truth. We are in reality speaking from our ego, and that creates separation between people. How do you speak in a manner to promote union? Travou de novo.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Okay.
The last sentence.
Okay, I read it again. Sometimes when we speak something, we think that's our personal truth. We are in reality speaking from our ego, and that creates separation between people. How do you speak in a manner to promote union?
Ixi.
A pergunta tá...
Spread the love.
You put the statements as the truth, because you state that ego is something which divides. I think the opposite. Ego is the consequence of dividing. It is not the cause of dividing. And ego is my little brother, and I love him, and I understand him. And I know that he sometimes wants toys and wants to be spoiled and screaming when he don't get his toys. And I am here to obtain the toys for him. The work in the AA, it's the gaming and playing. It's not working. Only in that way, if you understand divine play as a playing, as a playground, not as a working and as a stressful situation, you will understand that ego is our ally, and it is our, in fact, it is our closest part of our being. It is the wings of our angel. It is not divisions between us and the angel. it is just my poetical way of expressing, because I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer, and I know that what you are speaking, but I don't know. Just let us do the work and enjoy this work, and there will be no trouble for anybody.
The next one from Max Santos. What do you think is the most important points an instructor should watch when instructing in the AA?
Personal example always. A personal example, you cannot teach anybody. Nothing. You can just show them how that knowledge and teaching is not make you to be pretty. I can just show you how my hair and my costume can look before you in some men's form. A superior, it's not there to teach. Although the teaching is the process. And to close the circle, which is not the circle, spiral, moving always and upgrading. And this process, it's one of the most beautiful things in our order. Because superior, it's not your teacher. It is witness of your crime, who will, in police, be very quiet and see to say, I don't see nothing and everything is okay. This is superior. Pushing you and giving you a good energy movement toward forward, always forward. When you mistake, he will say, okay, let us do it again. When you do this good, then it will always say, let us do it again. Move forward. And first example, with personal calmity, never to be stressful, never to be, show him how attainment is possible. And it is normal for every human being to have it without any stress and without any problems. Superior, it's a model. It is a model for Telema. Like the fashion TV have the model, you know, the beauty model. So the superior, it's the beauty model of Telema. That's my case.
Cissa Mello, how to properly record a dream in our diary? What's more important? The scenario, characters, feelings, time, what you've eaten the night before, etc. What's the most important thing?
Do you want me to have this conversation until tomorrow? This is so big subject that even I who want and like to talk until infinite will have a problem with this subject. In dream, nobody knows what is important, and that's why you need to report everything. The dream always has a very small route and path toward your divine will, but you are not know from all experience and senses from dream where is that path. The writing about the dream is in fact showing your knowing in psychoanalysis. You must always change the way you wrote because you wrote about yourself. You must wrote everything, no matter how much significant it means to you. Starting from the how much you eat, what you said, and what you drink, and even further, how much pleasant you feel after you wake up. What kind of dreams you have, which are showing in the world, manifesting in the world, and what kind of dreams you have as a nightmare. Sometimes nightmare can show you path to your paradise, and the contrary. Some beautiful dreams and the most magnificent scenarios can lead to the simply waste of time. It is upon you to discover, with our argentum astrum way of thinking, seeing everything as important. And that's it in a very small portion. I don't want to take your time. But it is very, very nice topic. People start to take care about our very important part of a life, especially with the nightmares and perversions and everything.
Adriana Alves, there are more and more women in Brazil involved with trilha. What's your opinion and advice for us to gain more ground?
First of all, I worked 20 years as the Grand Secretary of Thelemic Order, and Thelemic Order is, in fact, dealing with lots of women in relation to Masonic refusing to accept the woman. Of course, I don't want to talk about philosophical view. Women are the best organizational and structural things, and I purposely saying things because there is no woman and man's job. There is only one way to do the job, and that is successfully. Everything else is a failure. Our four of us now speaking and losing so much time, and if we have a woman's here to organize and to prepare us, it will be much more efficient. So don't take a role of helping. Take the role of administrating and be on the top of our man's head, because we are stupid as fuck. You can tell everybody to do something, and we will do because you say it. If the man something say this in the same word, we will get fight, because everybody will have opinion, and opinion is like the assholes. Everybody have them. But when women say something, we will say, yes, this is what we need. Use our child stupid mind so you can divide and conquer. I'm so glad that I really see that in practical way, but please, I want to see you not as a part, but as the up in the chain, and only in that way it will be the best combination. That is my humble opinion.
Rafael Giuliani, how do you think drug abuse may affect our personal, spiritual, perceptual development?
Can you just how can drug abuse can
yes
do that?
Abuse, yeah.
Yes. Well, depends on about who will use that drug. I use all drugs that exist in the world, and I don't see any problem. Never. And I saw so much people that only took once and now have shitty life. I know people who are thelemic and don't use a drug, and they still have shitty life. And I know people who are not thelemic and not using a drugs that have a perfect life. So it is not about drugs. It is about who is using a drug. There is no dangerous in the books. There is only dangerous in the Quran as excuse for doing something very wrong. So, of course, in practical situation, I know what you want to speak. For me, I never use any substance for spiritual needs. But that don't mean that maybe it can help. For me, I simply don't need it, because I achieve everything without it. This is statistically can be wrong interpreted, because somebody will say, okay, let us not use drugs. Or somebody can interpret it, that means that we should using so we can extract the better and best from every. Maybe it is possible, but for me, let us use it for some other occasions. we still have enough energy and hormones inside of our body and mind which are not usable in a daily usage. So let us find our natural way. How can we use the organic, totally things which are inside of us? That is my, maybe the truth is a little bit harder, that yes, we can use it, but in practical way, I think we are not still the society which can let this happen without some negative coincidence. I don't know.
Okay. Magus 937 again. And Dusan, you recommend an exercise in your book to write our journal as a third person. Can you explain why this exercise works so brilliant, as you said?
Well, there is. I will now just expand. I see that you get bored, but there is a strong reason of doing the third person kind of you in all exercise. When you do the ritual of pentagram, imagining yourself doing the ritual, sometimes it can give you a wonderful effect. One of the best way of awake astral projection, which I don't like to teach, but it is of course very possible and very easy, is in fact doing the whole ritual, but there, not here, in the third person. You are doing your copy of your imaginary body to do the whole ritual. And spontaneous astral projections are very, very, very often like to be happen. There is a psychological trick when you write about him. In that way, you are being far more objective, because when you write about your dreams, it is about your secrets. But if you write about the secrets of him, you will be outside of the position of observer. You will observe the observer. So the whole moment could be magical, and I just like to propose some new things. If this is good, take it. If not, leave it. For me, it gives me a lots of good impressions and very good sensations about my dreams, and it lead me to some a better understanding of what my dream is. That's the whole point.
Yeah, so you can be witness of yourself.
Yeah. Witness of nothing. In the essence, there is nothing be left.
Yeah. We have one more question here from Tots 418. What the better method to keep me in the conscious astral plane for more than 15 minutes?
First, you need always to touch everything about you. You must look everything and know, not place your look in one second in one place. This is the first part. The second part, if you want to have even longer, then you need to start to have your astral projection in a REM bound. A REM rebound is consciously putting yourself out of sleeping for maybe more than a day. So next time your REM phase will be much, much longer. And our mind have this, ability to upgrade the REM phase on the level how much you pause your being from it. So if you don't take a sleep for more than 1 day, then your mind will give you a much longer REM phase, so it can, reach and attain everything that it missed. So you can use it. There is also medicine which is called galatamin, which is taken by the people who are using the Alzheimer's disease, and it is brilliant, giving the clarity and the longer staying in the astral plane. There is a book calling Lucid Dreaming and Supplements, which is perfect. I read it and I find it totally by chance on internet, but people who wrote it really know about what is happening. If you have possibilities, obtain this book.
Bill?
I think, guys, any more questions?
That's it.
Yeah,
1 hour. We are planning perfectly.
Let's give just a couple of minutes to see if anybody comes up with a new question. Oh, good.
I can just guess that you are having a lots of questions, but you don't want to give me these questions because
No.
I can talk.
No.
No. We have a discussion here. People trying to find
Please don't
how
give
to buy
us more
melatonin in
questions.
Brazil.
Destroy Ify, please. No, we don't have questions.
Okay, we do have a new question.
Yeah.
I
From
got a message
Robson.
from the abyss here.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Robson.
Right back.
Yeah, Robson Colares have the last one question.
Yeah, Robson. Nice.
Yeah. The common 5, 10, 20 rhythmic respiration for pranayama is well known, but are quite different for propositions like Swandi Sivananda. What are the main pranayama exercise techniques you suggest us?
You a lot. My connection is very bad. Can you repeat the whole question?
Yeah, sure. The common 5, 10, 20 rhythmic respiration for pranayama is well known, but are quite different for proposition like Swami Sivananda. What are the main pranayama exercise or techniques you suggest us?
That depends on very, very important things about how you will treat kumbhaka. Kumbhaka is period of non-taking exhale, and it is the pause in the breathing. There is the two schools, who is using kumbhaka and who is not using kumbhaka. So the 4 plus 4 breathing is actually 4 plus 1 plus 4 plus 1 sometimes. For me, the best advice for pranayama, it's only 2 exercise, which will very, very soon change your consciousness so you can use it in some other direction. First, rhythmic and strong breathing, and fast breathing, and exhaling and exhaling without pause of breathing. It is like hyperventilation. The second, which is the best, it is to prolong your inhale for more than 2 minutes. You must be so slow in breathing so you can one inhale last 2 minutes. Try it and see how much the sweet sweat it will produce, which is very important for Kundalini Kriya Yoga. It is much more difficult than most people think, because you must be very, very passive and very quiet inside of your mind, not letting your lungs to take more, because you're neurotic and your ego wants to have a more oxygen, but you must be very, very, very slowly to take the breathing. So the inhale will last between 1.5 and 2 minutes. Try it. and it will be for me, it is the best exercise. 4, 4, 5, 5, 10, 10. It is very nice for nudging the mind, but in fact, for our program and something which we followed, it will be soon overcome. So try to experiment playing with the energy. Don't be a slave of the rule which will not adapt to your body. Go to your limits, taking as much and the breath as you can, and as much slow or fast as you can, and experiment and see how your body and your mind react to it. Pranayama, it's a dance. It is not the chains.
Can we have one more? One more question?
No more, no less.
One more question. Can we?
Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
No, it's not.
Yeah, blue.
From Sisa. In Anatomy of
shall be the number. 3 shall be the
in Anatomy of the Abyss, you said that some rituals are half known and half concealed. Can you explain a little more about that? It is you are quoting the Book of the Law, right?
Yes. Well, to be frankly with you, I am not so much a traditional follower of the liberal, like many telemists are. Simply, I do find brilliant works of other holy books. Liberal, for me, is something, yes, a wonderful piece, but so much under the level of Liber Cordis Sancti Serpente or Liber 7 or Liber 418, A Vision and the Voice. So this kind of talk of liberal, which is very, very, very specific, even for Crowley, took a lots of room for debating, explanation, and famous cipher and the secret meaning of the letters and everything. I don't know. I never think about it. For me, simply, it is not a matter of fascination. There is so much unconcealed things in our life that is before our eyes, and we are not using them, like our nose, who is before us all the time, but we are not seeing them because it is so much there. So I don't know. There is no secrets. There is only discretions in our AA, but there is no secrets. Even the secret word of the neophyte, it's not secret. You can find it even openly in some writings, but it is upon you if you want to dig and search. But it is not secret. The concealed rituals and everything, I don't know. For me, we have a lots of different and else problems to find some other connections than concealed the rituals.
That's it.
We're good? I think we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Dusan, thank you very much for being here with us. Thanks for your message.
Yeah, cool.
Now,
Yes.
Let's start preparing for next year. Let's try to meet up with your expectations.
Yes.
Pessoal,
Yes.
agradeço.
Yes. Very nice to see you. Yes. Alejandro, very nice to see you again, and Pedro and everybody, and just bring my regards to all brothers and sisters in Brazil, because really Brazil become parts of my soul.
which is most dominant now in my life. I have so much friends there that I could live and be real carioca. So I love you all and have a good day. Bye, man.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
You are most welcome, brother.
Pessoal, chegamos aqui então ao final da nossa conferência. Agradeço muito a presença de todos vocês. Eu espero que vocês que tenham aproveitado bem o evento. Por favor, se tiverem comentários, sugestões, quiserem continuar os assuntos, vocês sabem onde que a gente está, né? A gente não é difícil de encontrar. Não faz muita questão de aparecer, mas não é difícil de encontrar, né? Então, vamos continuando essa conversa. Os preparativos da conferência do ano que vem vão começar na sequência. A gente já, na verdade, começou a conversar com algumas outras pessoas do mundo afora para expandir o nosso alcance e tornar o nosso evento um evento mais mundial, né? Então isso é uma novidade que eu vou aguardar um pouco mais confirmações antes da gente poder fazer os primeiros anúncios. Então fiquem atentos aí aos nossos canais para poder acompanhar o nosso trabalho. A gente faz pouco esforço de divulgação, então é preciso procurar um pouquinho, mas não tanto assim, não somos tão ocultos, né? E mais uma vez, eu gostaria de lembrar a todos que esse trabalho, o trabalho dessa conferência é um trabalho aberto a todas as pessoas. Então, se você for um pesquisador, um pensador, uma pessoa que está se debruçando sobre os temas da A e tiver interesse em participar da conferência do ano que vem, fala com a gente, porque trata-se de abrir espaço justamente para esse tipo de coisa, né? A conferência ela é um espaço para as trocas dessa natureza, né? Apresentação de trabalhos e tudo mais. Então, mais uma vez, agradeço a todos vocês e até breve, né? Em trabalhos aí pelo mundo. Gente.
Valeu. Um abraço.